Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to Saved and Manifesting. If this is your first time here, I am Tavonastaro or Taste Star, and welcome. If this is another video for you, if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm really excited. This week we're gonna get into something I'm really excited to share, but saved and manifesting for those people who are new. I always make this disclaimer for the most part. It's called saved and manifesting because I'm a God girl. I am a flawed Christian. Yes, I am. I'm a human being who believes in the Lord Jesus Christ. I do believe in God. I also believe that as much as God is around me, above me, I believe that God is also in me. And because God is in me, I can make evident or manifest the promises that God has for me in my life. And so I do. And so, hence, save and manifesting because multiple things can be true at the same time. Hello. If you don't get anything from this video, remember that, okay? Multiple things, not just two. Most people say two things can be true at the same time. Multiple things can be true about a person at the same time. That's the beauty of being human. We are multidimensional. You are a body, you are a soul, but you are first a spirit, okay? With a soul inside of a body. Huh? That makes sense? I know that makes sense. All right. So we're going to get into the things, y'all. This week I have a success story. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because your girl is a master, honey. I am a master at manifesting all the things: money, opportunities, TV, cars, people away, people in. Like I can manifest anything, places. Like what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? I can manifest anything. I can manifest anything like that, y'all. It's so easy. And we're gonna get into it today, y'all. This is a personal success story. This is not somebody else's success story. I have not gotten into coaching people. I'm not opposed to it. It's just right now. I probably I think so far I've given people like affirmations in like small doses, but I'm not like a coach, y'all. I'm a girl who has come across the law of assumption and I'm just working it in my own life. Y'all, I'm still learning. I still make mistakes. Y'all, look, I'm still getting it together myself. But right now, the girl is on it, okay? Like I really I feel like I've been doing this for the past year or so on purpose. And I've learned a lot. And I feel like in the past few weeks, I'm just starting to get in more and more and more. So this is personal, all right? This is my own personal success story of how I manifested an SP. All right. So we're going to get into that. So here's the thing. Number one, all right. Like I said, if you are new here, right? If you're not, a majority of what I'm going to say, you probably have heard, I'm sure. If you follow people on TikTok and YouTube, like you've heard it all. Sure you have. But if you're new here, right? Here's the thing. All right. So the law of assumption says, and not verbatim, right? But the law of assumption is a law of nature, just like the law of gravity. And it was popularized by Neville Goddard, okay? A man named Neville Goddard. Not created by, popularized by, right? And so, anyway, the law of assumption says that if you hold, okay, if you have an assumption and you persist in that assumption long enough, it is going to harden into a fact or it's going to turn into a belief. Okay. And that belief is going to manifest or become evident in your life or your reality. Okay. And so within the law of assumption, all right, you can manifest or make anything evident. Okay. Here's the thing: if there is something that you want in your experience, you want in your life that you don't currently have, okay, you, by just changing your assumption, okay, and persisting in the assumption that you already have, whatever it is that you want to have, whatever it is that you want to experience. If you persist in the assumption long enough, whatever you feel like you don't have, whatever you feel like you want to see, you want to experience in your day-to-day life or your life, it will become evident. It will manifest. Okay. And so with that in mind, you can literally manifest anything. It can be material, it could be immaterial. So by material, I mean something you can hold, something tangible, right? Like a car, a home, a job opportunity. Um, you can manifest health. Okay. You can manifest, let's say you deal with anxiety. Okay. And you don't want to be afraid. You just kind of want to go through life with peace. You don't want to be anxious all the time. You just want to be calmer. Um, and you can manifest whatever the opposite of anxiety is. I don't know. I don't do anxiety, so I guess it would be like calm, like peace. Um, you can manifest, what was I gonna say? Um, when I was talking about anxiety, I was gonna say something else. Hmm. Anyway, it could be emotional. If you that's what I was gonna say. If you want to be more confident, right? You feel like you are not a person that is confident. You don't have confidence. You know, if you lack self-esteem, you can manifest an appearance change. You can manifest, you know, more tangible things like people when people are first starting out with this, they like to manifest like 3 cups of coffee. Like you you can manifest anything, right? Whatever it is that you want that you feel like you don't have and you want to experience, you can manifest that in your life by changing your assumptions about whatever it is. Okay. And so one of those things is people. All right. And the number one, I think, criticism around manifesting when it comes to people is that it's manipulative. Right. And after I tell my story, you'll get a chance to really see how it has nothing to do with manipulation at all. Like you're not manipulating anybody. Um, because there's nothing to do. The only thing you're doing is just changing like the story that you tell yourself about you, about the other person, about the situation. Okay, so I think that I've given enough context to jump right in. So we're gonna jump right in. Okay, so here's the thing. Um, oh, that's what I was gonna say. So a specific person, okay, in the law of assumption and manifestation, I'm breaking this kind of into like categories, okay? So you have the law of assumption is the bigger topic, that's the umbrella. Underneath the umbrella is manifestation, okay? And then underneath that umbrella is like I said, tangible things, intangible things. One of those things that you can manifest being, which is anything, but one of those things being SPs, okay? An SP just stands for a specific person, okay? And a specific person is just what it sounds like. It's a specific person. It is a person that is specific to you, okay? And like I said, if you are familiar with the law of assumption and manifestation, you probably heard about SPs. And most of the time, when people are manifesting an SP, it's like a romantic specific person. So maybe like an ex or like a new love interest or relationship or something. But an SP can also be an employer. It can also be a family member. It can be an old friend. It can be just new friendships, right? It can be anyone that is specific to you. It could be a celebrity, like I said, it could be anyone, but it's just a specific person to you. It's the person that is specific to you, not me, you. Okay. That's what a specific person is. All right. So I successfully manifested a specific person. Okay. So here's the thing. All right. Here's the story. I won't get into all the details, but here's the story. So this SP was a family member. Okay. Is a family member, not was, is. All right. And so me and him, when I was 5, he was born. It's my nephew. Hey. So just in case he sees this, hey, when I was 5, he was born. All right. And so we practically grew up like brother and sister, even though I'm his auntie. And like I'm the youngest. So um my siblings, I didn't grow up with them. I kind of grew up with their children. And so him being like the firstborn, and me being so young, like I said, we grew up like brother and sister. And so we were like inseparable, ace boon coons, like we were like thick as thieves, you know, up until about 4 years ago, where we had it out. Okay. And it was um it was bad enough for me to say, you know what, have a good life. Love you, but have a good life. Okay. And so that's what happened. It was just 4 years um of no contact. Um, I didn't care if I never saw him again, if I never spoke to him again, like I was fine. I was fine. I was okay. Up until recently, and I never even I never even thought about like reconnecting. I just didn't. For me, it was more like, hey, I mean, if we're gonna fix it, we can really fix it. But I'm not the type of person that likes to just move on past stuff that hurt me without really acknowledging like what happened. I can't move on from stuff like that. Like if you did something bad to me, like you have to fix it the way that you messed up. And then I can forgive and it can be like nothing ever happened. So that's just me. Um, well, that's how I was before the law of assumption. And I still kind of am. It just depends. Anyway, so here's the thing. Is it kind of delayed? Oh no, it's okay. So, like I said, we were cool up until we were not, like 4 years ago. And here's how he manifested. Okay. One day I was in my apartment and I was just like, you know what? I'm like, I'm ready for him to be back. Like, I'm really ready for him to be here. Like, if he was here, he would be over my crib. We would be sitting up drinking wine, listening to Alexa. Well, I hope don't hear me. Alexa hear everything, honey. You can whisper her name and she'll be like, hmm. But he would be like at my crib and we would just be chilling, drinking wine. Like we would just be having a ball. I said, I'm ready for him to be back. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna manifest that. Um, we apologized and we moved on like nothing ever happened. So I hope y'all can hear me. Um, but I decided that I'm just gonna manifest that, you know, he's gonna come to me, we're gonna apologize, and we're gonna move on like nothing ever happened. So that was one day. Okay. And there, so that's just what my decision was. I decided that I'm going to manifest that, you know, we apologized to each other and we moved on like nothing ever happened. So every time after I made that one decision, every time I thought about, seeing him or I thought about what it was that I wanted, I just affirmed that we would apologize and move on like nothing ever happened. So it looked like me just doing regular things and me thinking about it and me saying, oh, we apologize and we moved on like nothing ever happened. Like I spoke about it in the past tense as though it had already happened. Okay. So that was it. That was literally like all I did. That was my only technique. That was it. So a few days later, the time span was probably about a week, a few days, but I didn't spend like 15 minutes 3 times a day affirming that we would apologize and move on like nothing ever happened. Like it literally I only affirmed for it when I thought about it. And it wasn't a whole lot because I've spent a long time affirming for stuff and it was just not a long time at all. So, like I said, we ended up, one of my cousins passed away just recently. Okay. Like a few weeks ago now, probably about 3 weeks now. 3 weeks ago now that you're seeing this video. And so, of course, when people pass away, like your family members in the family, people come out. So I knew that there was a possibility that I would see him. So anyway, I get to the funeral and the girl who passed away was my cousin she was one of the favorite cousins. Okay. So I'm at the funeral and I'm in my seat. Okay. And in the seat that I was in, it's a row that me, my niece, and my sister were all like in, but they hadn't come and like sat down yet. So it was just me at the row that we were sitting in. So my niece came up so that they can get into like the seat, they can take their seats. So when I stood up and I let them into the row, my nephew was in between my niece and my sister. And so because the funeral had already started, right? We were in the middle of the funeral. He didn't stop and say anything to me. He just kind of took his seat. And then not only because the service was already going on, mind you, all this time we're not speaking, or at least I wasn't speaking to him. Like we're not on like no contact, no speaking terms on nothing. So he came in and he sat down. And so several times during the funeral, my sister would get up and she was sitting in between us. So there's this space between like him and me. Okay. Nobody's looking at each other. It's also a funeral. So it ain't like the person doing the funeral was like, look at your neighbor and say, da, da, da. Like none of that's going on. So um it's kind of not the time and the place for a conversation. But while we're sitting there, I'm also thinking like, wow, like I don't know. I honestly I really didn't think too much about like him not saying anything to me because I'm also crying. Um and I was I was zoned out. I was in between worlds. So anyway, long story short, I get up and I go to the bathroom before like everyone else got ready to like view the body again and leave out. So I had already seen the body. And anyway, I went to the bathroom. When I got to the bathroom, I affirmed one last time. And I was like, you know what? He's going to come to me and we're going to apologize and we're just going to move on like nothing ever happened. That was that. I left out the funeral home. I left out the church and was walking and he stopped me and was like, hey, can we talk? So I was like, yeah, we went to the side, we talked. He apologized for everything. I apologized. And we literally moved on like nothing ever happened. Like if you saw us today, like that was on Thursday. By Sunday, we was kicking it. Like no time had passed. Like you would not be able to look at us and think if you saw us out, you would not know that that everything that went on had went on. Like you would not know that we were like not in contact for like 4 years, like 3 or 4 years. You would not think about 3 years. You would not be able to tell. Like we literally picked up like nothing ever happened, y'all. And I'm like, oh my God, I manifested this. I manifested this. I manifested a specific person, y'all. Like it was cool. It was cool. It was cool to see like it all like unfold. It's cool. And it's actually, honestly, it's cool to just have him back. It's cool to pick up like not like we never left. Like, and the next day he was like, we really picked up. Like we really picked right back up. Yeah. Because, like what else is there to do? Like we really picked up. So I just want to get into that's the success story. And now I'm just going to get into like what I did and like just some things. All right. So when it comes to manifesting an SP, like I said, if you are familiar with if you are familiar with like law of assumption, like there are so many videos about manifesting SPs. And one of the things that they say, and this used to blow me because there's another SP that I am expecting a success story about as well. Okay. Now, this other SP, oh, child, this other SP, let's just say this recent success story is encouraging me toward this success story. Okay. This is a whole nother, but here's the thing. Um, they say like manifesting a specific person is so easy. And I'm here to tell you that it is easy. Okay. Manifesting a specific person is no different than manifesting a cup of coffee. It's no different than manifesting seeing like someone wearing your favorite color or like it's easy as manifesting anything. Like it's no different. It's the same. Okay. So that's the first thing. You have to know that if you want to manifest a specific person, number one, you need to know that you can manifest a specific person, like you can manifest free tickets to a concert. You can manifest weight loss. You can manifest and not having acne. I've manifested not having period cramps. Yes, girl, period cramps. No more. What is that? I don't have period cramps. I just don't. You can manifest anything. You can manifest hair growth. You got alopecia. You want your hair to grow naturally. Like you can manifest that. You can manifest anything. And a person is no different. Okay. So if you want to manifest a person, start by telling yourself that you can manifest a specific person. Okay. And tell yourself that manifesting a specific person is easy. So affirm, I can manifest anybody. And manifesting a person is easy. Period. That's that. All right. And so after you get that understanding, just know like it's so easy. Okay. The next thing you want to do when it comes to manifesting a specific person, you can manifest a person that you don't know. So let's just say you are single and you want to be in a relationship. You can manifest a person that you've never met before, no prior like you just don't even know if this person exists. You can manifest this person. I've done that too. I've done that before. I decided that I was tired of being single. So I said, you know what? I'm in a relationship. And boom, like that. I think like a couple of weeks later, I ended up dating. And then dated someone that I've always wanted to be with. Like it was crazy. So you can manifest anybody, like I said, but you can manifest a completely different person. You can manifest a completely new person, but you can also manifest somebody that you've had prior history with. Okay. So if it's an ex friend, if it's an ex family member, if it's an ex, romantic ex, if you want to manifest, I don't know, running into a teacher that you ain't ran into since like kindergarten or whatever, like you can manifest anybody. So, um, like it's very possible. If you're going to manifest a person that you have prior history with, the first thing you need to do after you know, program your subconscious mind to the fact that you can manifest a person, that it is possible that you can manifest anybody and it's easy. Okay. It's easy to do. It don't take long after work after you kind of program your mind to that part, right? The first thing you want to do is get rid of like the story. Okay. So you want to start with like a completely clean slate, like a straight up, it's literally like turning a new page. Like, where's my notebook? It's literally going from like, I'm about to show you. It's literally going from a story. So let's just say you got this person you want to manifest, but all this stuff happened between y'all. This is that story of everything that happened. Oh, they said this, I said this, and then he went like this, and then I slammed the door and I said, nigga, you not nigga. Boy, get on with your life, forget you. I never want to see you again. He told me that he hate me, and he told me that, I was never the one to begin with. He don't know what he was thinking. Like whatever the story is, like that's the story. Okay. And in order to manifest a person that you have history with, you literally have to take that story and you gotta you gotta start with a blank page. Come on now. You gotta start with like a completely like new page. And you have to start with a new page. Like you have to decide, like, you know what? I am going to completely forget about what they said. I'm going to completely forget about what I said. I'm going to completely forget about what happened. Okay. And for some people, that may be easy to do. But for some other people, like it may take it's really all up to you. Like it's up to like whatever you assume. So I'm not going to tell you that it could take some time because it don't have to take some time. With this romantic SP, I've had to go through a process of forgiving them and also forgiving myself because I understand now through the law of assumption that I created the circumstance. I created it. So I think when it comes to romantic people, like we tend to be mad at them, right? And you can, right? You feel hurt because they left you or they ghosted you, they abandoned you, whatever. But in order to really like get them, in order to manifest like a person back into your reality that you have history with, you have to do away with all of that. And you really have to start with a blank page. And the beauty of that part is that blank page, you get to fill it with a new story that you write. Because in your reality, like, you are the author, you are the director, you are the thinker, like, you are the operating power. People say that a lot, but you are the person making the decision. Okay. But in order to do that, after you make a decision that you and this person are going to be reconciled or you're going to be reunited, you have to make a whole new story. And so with this SP, that's what I did. I decided that, you know what, I'm ready for them to be back. That was my decision. Like, I'm ready. And in order for me to be ready, look, y'all, because there were several attempts, right? There were several times where he's tried to almost like force us to just kind of like move on, like just forget about it and move on so we can be back. But like I said, I'm not that type of person. Like, you just can't be like, oh, just get over it. Like, I'm not the person that just get over nothing. Like, if it really bothered me, like, we at least got to have a conversation. And then after we have a conversation where you understand me, I understand you, well, we see when we where we went wrong, then I'm able to be like, okay, I forgive you, you forgive me. And then it's like it never happened, right? So there were several times where this thing just went jelly, right? And like I said, I had become okay with the fact that he may not just be in my life ever. And I'm fine with that. Like, it's, it's messed up, but especially like if I feel disrespected by something, oh, you can definitely go on with your life, baby. Because I don't tolerate disrespect. I just do not, right? I don't disrespect other people, but I definitely don't let people disrespect me. If it come down, if I got to choose between you and me, I'm definitely gonna pick myself. Yes, I am. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna choose me over you any day. Any day. I don't have to pay the price because Christ already paid. He died. Christ died for you. So I don't have to. So I don't have to choose nobody over me, baby. I choose myself every time. But just all of a sudden, which makes me feel like he might have been manifesting me. He probably was because he believes in manifestation too. But like, it just kind of clicked for me, like, I'm ready to have him back. And so I'm just deciding today that I'm going to have him back. Like, I'm just going to manifest that we just move on like nothing ever happened. That decision to manifest that he apologized, I apologized, and we moved on like nothing happened, that's my new story. And so after I made that decision, my affirmations were only that new story that I had created. This is what happened. He apologized, I apologized, and we moved on like nothing ever happened. And that's exactly what manifested. So, in order to manifest a specific person, you have to decide what you want, and then you have to make a completely new story for you and the other person. You have to start from scratch, and it's a great thing. Okay. Another thing to remember if you decide to manifest the person that you were once in relationship with that you're not in relationship with anymore, okay, person that you have history with, is remember that circumstances don't matter. And circumstances are just, like I said, the story, what you said to them, what they said to you, what happened, like whatever happened that caused like the breakup or the rift, like remember that those things don't matter. Other things that are included in circumstances is like the time, the distance, how long it's been since y'all talked, they blocked you, they ghosted you, you blocked them, um, they moved to another country, or they with somebody else, or you know, one of your cousins ran into them and they told them, mess with her. Like whatever it is, like whatever you think is a thing that can stop this person from being back in your life or can like prevent you from being back in their life. I promise you, none of that matters. None of that matters. If you've seen this video, if you watch this video all the way through, you're gonna come up against what's gonna come up is other videos of people talking about manifesting SP, and everybody's gonna say the same thing. Circumstances don't matter. And with this romantic SP, when I would hear that, I would be like, y'all don't know. Like, he told me da da da, I did this, like I was so wrong for doing that. Like, I just kind of I was stuck on like all of the circumstances because I didn't let go of the old story. Okay. which is why it's important to get rid of the old story because it involves all the circumstances. But the circumstances don't matter. And the circumstances don't matter because number one, like I said, you are the creator. You're the creator. And then circumstances change. And the circumstances are going to change to validate the story that you keep telling yourself. Okay. So if you keep thinking about the old story and thinking about what happened, you're only going to see more circumstances that validate what happened before. But when you change the new story, what's going to happen is the circumstances are going to align with that new story that you keep telling yourself. So that's why circumstances don't matter. I promise you. Me and my nephew had no contact for 4 years. And I've seen him like twice, I think, in the midst of that 4 years. There were even times where people was like, yeah, he said he missed you. And I'm like, and that's not, I'm sorry. So I ain't really trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like from his end to my end, I was not like, I wasn't having it. Like, unless you saying like, oh, I'm sorry, I ain't got nothing for you. I forgot to clean this spot up so my actual birthmark can be there. I need to go add to what I got going on. But I'll do that later. Anyway, I just noticed like, okay, I actually do have a real beauty mark right there that I did not like allowed to peek through today, which is crazy. I've been on TikTok and everything without my little thing, so I gotta make it right. Anyway, I'm taking pictures and everything without my gotta fix that. But like I said, okay. So yeah, like I was just not having it. And from his perspective to me, it probably looked like I just refused, but that can be like a circumstance, right? If you think that the other person hates you or they don't want to talk to you, that they just can't stand your guts, like they just refuse to talk to you, like because they just so mad at what happened the last time y'all saw each other. The truth is that's just another circumstance, and they don't matter because I am proof that people change their mind. Like when I say, I'm ready to have him back. When I tell you I changed my mind in a second, I don't even know why. Like I don't know why that happened like that, but I changed my mind and I decided I was ready. I'm ready now. I'm ready to have him back. And he said on his end, he decided, you know what? This is gonna be taken care of. When I see her, like we done. Like when I see her, like we will be back. Like I'm dealing with this today. That's what he told me. He was like, he decided like, oh, he said, it's funny you decided on your end. He said, because on my end, I decided like, no, we gonna take care of this today. Like, but that was probably like once I decided like I wanted him back, he probably decided that he wanted me back, right? Which just proves that like your thoughts transmit. And that's another thing you'll come to learn too. Like thought transmission is real. Whatever you're thinking, this person that you want to manifest, like they're thinking the same thing. But you don't know that, right? Which is gonna lead me to my next point. Don't worry about the 3D. And so by 3D, I mean like what you can physically see, like what you see with your eyes on the surface, that don't matter either. That's just another circumstance. Like the time and whatever's going on in front of you, like it doesn't matter. Because like I said, when he came into the funeral service, the fact that he just walked past me and sat down in his seat, we were not talking to each other. So on the surface, it looked like what I was affirming probably wasn't even gonna happen. But I didn't even let that phase me. I went to the washroom and I was like, no, we're gonna apologize and we're gonna move on like nothing ever happened. And I just moved on. Like I went on with the rest of the day. And then on my way to do what I was doing, he stopped me. He stopped me and he apologized. I apologized. And it happened just like that. So it doesn't matter. Like what you see with your eyes don't matter. The circumstances don't matter because all of that is just going to change. And the natural circumstances, everything is just going to play out in such a natural way that you won't have to take action all the time, right? You may not have to do anything. Um, and it's just gonna like I said, the circumstances are gonna create themselves around what your assumption is. So that's why stuff don't matter. Okay, time doesn't matter, circumstances don't matter, 3D don't matter, none of it matters. Okay, So just remember that. Um, Another thing is like techniques and stuff, right? So with this particular SP, I didn't go to bed like visualizing. Like I said, I didn't spend like 15 minutes. I didn't do like multiple 15-minute sessions affirming for this. It was just literally a decision that I made, like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. And it happened. And that was it. So it does not require a whole lot. Like once you tell yourself that you manifest easily, that you can have what you want, that manifesting people is easy, it's gonna be easy. You just have to know that you can have what you want, believe that you can have what you want, and you'll have it. You'll have it, it'll be done just like that. Okay. Um, so yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all I want to say. Like all I did was just affirm when I thought about it. And my affirmation was what I wanted to happen. I wanted us to apologize to each other and I wanted us to move on like nothing ever happened. That's what happened. Okay. So that's just about it. I'm really excited. I'm excited. And so what I've done is I have used the same practical principles to manifest this romantic SP. And so I'm really excited about that. Like I know it's only gonna go one way. The only way it's gonna go is I'm gonna get what I want. And that's that. Like it's already done. You feel me? It's done. If I can do it, I tell you, I've been doing this other thing for like a year. Jesus. And this other SP manifested like this. So it ain't really nothing different. Like the only difference is me. And that's what you need to know. Like you are the deciding factor. Okay. I didn't get this effort. It took me a long time to get it. You are the person who decides. Okay. This is your reality. Okay. Nothing outside of you matters, right? Because you live your life through your eyes. You live your life in your body. You live your life as you, right? So let's say if you're watching this and you're a person who cares about what people think, the reason why it don't matter what other people think because they're not in your body. So nothing that nobody thinks about you can affect you unless you put your focus and your awareness on other people's thoughts enough for it to move you or affect you in any type of way. But nothing, no circumstance, no time, no nothing can affect like no other person can like stop you or affect you in any type of way when it comes to manifesting anything, especially another person. Because everything is happening in your world from the inside out. Okay. We're just programmed to believe that it's outside and then we're affected by that on the inside. But once you can control how you feel on the inside, you can change your world on the outside by what you think, like what you do on the inside. Okay. And the reason why this is one thing I want to say before I get off. The reason why I manifesting a specific person, you're not manipulating people when you manifest an SP is because everything that you do is here. Okay. It's literally here. And I don't want to get into this without it being like another like 40 minutes. I don't know how long I've been on here so far, but like the thing is like, okay, so like with this SP, I decided, oh, we're going to apologize to each other and we're going to move on like nothing ever happened. Those are just my thoughts. So I didn't send him a text. I didn't get in his face when I saw him and was like, oh, you're going to apologize to me. Like it wasn't like that. Like that didn't happen at all. Like I made a decision within myself and I replayed this decision that I made in my mind over and over and over and over and over again, or at least however many times I thought about it. Like I just told myself, like, oh, he's gonna, oh, he already apologized and we moved on like nothing ever happened. Like that's it. That's not It's not direct to anybody, right? The only thing that is direct is like my intention, and that's in his direction. Like, let's say, like I'm focused on like the situation, or I put my attention on him, I put my attention on us, I put my attention on what I want the outcome to be regarding us. And I just think the same. I just think about what I want to happen over and over again. And it manifests. That's not manipulating anybody. That's not going like this or like looking at a person saying, oh, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. Like, that's not what it is. Like, you're just kind of doing everything with your own mind, like your own thoughts. And um, it's just like a natural response to the assumption that you made. You're not manipulating anybody because it's just natural. Like if I throw this lip gloss up, it's gonna come down because of a natural law of gravity. It's just gonna pull it down. So that's why manifesting a specific person isn't like manipulation because you're not doing anything but thinking. You're just changing your thoughts in a way that is beneficial for you and this other person, or just toward like what it is that you want. You're just kind of focusing your attention on what you want. No person involved. Like he didn't even know. Like he didn't know to participate. Like he didn't know anything at all. So yeah, I think I covered everything. I think that was all. So that's my success story. I'm really excited. We cool, y'all. We cool like nothing ever happened. So I'm looking forward to manifesting this other person. Um, so yeah, that's all I have until the next video. If you have any questions, if you want any affirmation suggestions, you can find me on TikTok at Tavonastaro. You can find me on IG as Tavonastaro. You can find me on Facebook as Tavonastaro. You can comment on this video. And yeah, just tell me what you need, what I can help with. But outside of that, hey, happy manifesting, boo. Talk to you later.